Yo, welcome into CHGO Bets Daily, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook. Download the app today and use code CHGO when you sign up. Welcome in to another weird version of CHGO Bets Daily. I could see Cody from the conference room right over there, yet we are still doing a remote version. Hi, Cody. I'm Sean Anderson. Follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Alongside me, as always, is Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. Cody, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I had some Goose Island for lunch today, and I'm feeling incredible because of it.
You're feeling buzzed, apparently. If you're just drinking beer for lunch, I think you're feeling pretty loose. We're gonna have a good show, mainly because Goose Island is now our best friends here at CHGO. Very excited to be supported by Goose Island Beer Company. It's been Chicago's beer since 1988. It was very cool to go to their tap room. I also drive by their brew house all the time over in like Newtown or so, just east of I-94. A little bit north of the Salt Shed or so. But we went to the tap room.
We did. On Fulton.
That was beautiful.
It is. And me, Luke, and Ryan were talking about making it a regular occurrence to go hang out there. Maybe, I don't know if we'd be able to do it as often during baseball season, but, maybe over the next, few months, we can make it a one day a week thing. After we're done doing our jobs or something.
It's not that far, and Grandpa Stuckey can drive you guys. That seems like a very, Grandpa task to take the troops over there. The only disappointing news that I can report on is that I did ask when we were walking around and getting the tour of the beautiful tap room. It smelled, very, they're brewing. They're using water. They're using it kind of felt like a pool a little bit. It was humid. No pool. But then they took us to a different room. We were about to shoot in there, but they were like, oh, no, it doesn't make any sense. I see a sign for a whirlpool. What's this, Cody? Is there or is there not a pool at the Goose Island tap room? I still don't have a clear answer.
Well, we got to find out.
We have to find out. And we'll have to do a podcast from the pool if there is one. But their beer roster is including the Blackhawks Pale Ale. It's a limited release. I have this one right here. The Bulls City 312. That one's also a limited release as well. The Bourbon County Stout that I saw at my local Jewel not so long ago, and it was $2 off. The price $13.99. The sale price $11.99. So you can get that on a great deal right now. The Christmas IPA, the Beer Hug IPA series. I know Cody was drinking that in the CHGO Cup Show. The Green Line, Matilda, a lot of great stuff. We also had a little CHGO Goose Island brew. I don't know if that was a limited release, if that was just kind of like
I hope it's not limited. It was good. It was good. I hope that
it was fantastic.
It'd be cool if our own beer gets canned and everything. I would be sick, but we'll have to learn more about that.
Yeah, well, we gotta get up to the status of Goose Island. They've been around since 1988. We're not even a year old just yet, folks. We're still March 4th. But let's get into the betting. All right, we got some NFL action. We have some college basketball action. I think I messed up. I said I'm the mayor of Moneyville, but we are of Teaser Town. So I guess maybe I'm the I don't know. What's a T word? What's the T word? The tyrant? Oh, the tyrant of Teaser Town. All right. Well, I got a new name. Anyways, Cody, let's get into the NFL action here. You've been talking up the Giants, so let's jump into the Giants-Eagles first. We'll do the teams with the buys first. So we'll do the Chiefs and the Eagles. Giants-Eagles, current line 7.5. The G-Men getting 7.5 going into Philadelphia. Over under 48. And if you're feeling brave enough, plus 290 for the Giants. How you feeling?
Well, if you have been watching the show this week, obviously I am high on the Giants. I took them at 7 on Monday. It's up to 7.5, so I kind of regret taking them at 7. But believe it or not, I'm a little surprised to see that Philadelphia has the highest percentage of bets. They have 58% of the bets or tickets on DraftKings right now in this matchup compared to 42% for the Giants. Listen, the only reason that I love the Giants, I'm not saying that I love them to win. I love them to cover. You're giving me a touchdown and a hook. We're talking about two teams that have already played twice this year. I understand the Eagles have won both those games. You're talking about two teams that have played each other. You're talking about two division rivals, and you're talking about a Giants team that's coming off a very impressive win. I mean, we all thought the Vikings were frauds, but not only did the Giants win, but I mean, they won by more than a field goal. It wasn't like it came down to a missed kick or anything like that. It came down to the fact that the Giants scored more points than the Vikings, and everyone wants to dog the Giants offense. Hodgins, who I talked about last week,
Hodgkins.
How's it?
There's a K in there. It's Hodgkins.
Hodgkins, my bad. Isaiah Hodgkins. Isaiah Hodgkins, my bad. Dude had a great game.
No, you're right. No, I am wrong.
Is it Hodges? It's Hodgins.
Isaiah Hodgins. Hodgins.
2 weeks in a row, we can't say this guy's
name. He's going to tear up Philly.
But I'm just saying that he had a great game against the Vikings. I know the Vikings defense is nowhere near as good as the Eagles, but the Giants have found something with this guy. So it's not like the Giants don't have weapons. They still have Darius Slayton, who's a deep threat. And obviously Saquon Barkley is, one of the best running backs in the league. Obviously,
so you're riding 7.5 on the Giants.
I am taking the Giants plus 7.5. I don't know if they win, but I just think this game's going to be close. Again, third time playing. These teams know each other. The Giants have something. They have something to prove in terms of just being in this game, because it's like no one thinks that they can even be in this game, and I think that they can hang around.
And we saw the Eagles back when they won the Super Bowl don those dog masks and to take on the dog mentality, and it led them to a Super Bowl. I am going to go with the over of 48. Last week, the over-under was over 5 out of the 6 games, and the Cowboys-Bucks game needed a Tom Brady red zone pick and 4 Maher missed extra points to go under 45.5 at 45. So I'm going to take the over. I could see this being a 31-24 game. You made all those solid points about the Giants offense. I think the Eagles offense will be able to do enough. I think it's a close game, 7-point game. I think they're able to cover the spread, and I think it goes over 48. So I will take over 48 just because, hey, there's missed field goals, there's extra points, 2-point conversions, yada, yada, yada. Spreads can get iffy. So I'll take the over points.
And the over has hit in every game except for the Monday night game, which would have if Maher hit those goals. So, yeah, I mean, the trends of playoff football show that there's been a lot more offense. And the only thing that kind of holds me back on the over is just because I think the Giants are going to do their best to keep Jalen Hurts off the field in terms of just having longer possessions. But I lean over as well. I take the over just because this Eagles defense has also been kind of sus, especially in the last month and a half. Their run defense hasn't been that great.
But it's the playoffs. They just got a week off. I mean, that's the one thing is, I don't know.
Well, I'm just saying as far as offense, defense, if we could see some points, I could see the Giants putting up more points than what anyone expects. So, yeah, I mean, I like the over, and I like Giants plus 7.5.
Let's go to the first game, Jags Chiefs. This one's at 3:30. That Giants Eagles game is at 7:15. Jags plus 8.5 over under at 53. Jags, if you're feeling brave enough, at plus 350 on the money line. Where are you leaning here?
Well, I'm looking at DraftKings Sportsbook right now. KC's got 76% of the tickets compared to Jacksonville's 24%. Listen, I know there's like the joke out there about how Trevor Lawrence has like 2 losses on Saturday since like high school or whatever it is. But the Jags were down, 27 to 7 at halftime or whatever in that game against the Chargers. It's tough. It's tough. The only thing that holds me, or the only thing that makes me want to consider the Jags is the fact that the Chiefs are known for getting big leads and then, just laying down in those later quarters when they have a big lead and allow backdoor cover to happen. That's the only thing that kind of scares me. And part of me does think that maybe the Jags can hang around just because the Chiefs defense is kind of sus, but I don't know. At the same time, do you think Trevor Lawrence can go out there and throw 4 picks again? I don't think so. I think we'll have a better game. To me, though, I probably lean over more so than anything because that 8.5 is a lot, and I just don't know what Jacksonville team we're going to get.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Chiefs minus 8.5 for the trend that Andy Reid kicks ass. on the bye. Not only is he 22-3, just money line, just winning those games with the bye in the regular season, and then 7-3 in the playoffs. He is 22-13 against the spread coming off a bye. I will take -8.5.
That in the playoffs, you said?
The Jaguars should not have been in that game on Saturday against the Chargers. So I just think the Chiefs put them away. They're a better football team.
Did you say that trend for Andy Reid is in the playoffs, or is that just in general?
Just off a bye in his career, 22-3, 7-3. I think just again off a bye in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good trend. I'm a little weary. I am a little weary. It is kind of a trap game too. They could be looking ahead to either Buffalo or Cincinnati, which is like clearly those other two teams are the the contender with them as in the AFC Championship. That's why I'm afraid to bet the spread in this game. I think the Chiefs win.
Yeah, I think it might be the easiest bet this weekend. Honestly, I trust Patrick Mahomes. I think also the easiest bet this weekend too. Travis Kelce to score touchdowns. I think not only betting him anytime touchdown score at -150, I think you can go into the 2 touchdown market at +400 for him to score 2 touchdowns. Gerald Everett had 100 yards against the Jaguars defense. It's Travis Kelce. He's targeting on basically every single Chiefs play. Let's go to the Sunday slate at 2:00. Bengals. Bengals getting 5.5 points, over under at 48.5. And then the money line is at 215. I think the easiest play, Cody, in this game, take the over. The over clearly was hitting left and right last week. And I think these two offenses are going to have field days. The defenses on these teams are decent, but I don't know if they're great. These offenses, though, are great.
Yeah, so obviously the spread is because of the injury factor for the Bengals. Jonah Williams, he did not practice on Wednesday. Neither did Alex Kappa. And these are guys on their offensive line. They got some other guys on the defense that are on the injury report. Eli Apple did practice, and Michael Thomas and Joseph Asai did practice as well. Trey Flowers also did not practice. So that's some injury issues, but I do think that Joe Burrow is going to go out there and give you his best game. Sucks that what happened with Damar Hamlin happened, but we were getting a dose of what we could see in this game, in that game on Monday night a few weeks ago. And the Bengals got hot in that game before that whole thing happened. So I do like the over, and I'm taking the Bengals +5. I think that they're going to hang around. This is going to come down to a field goal at the end or something like that. I kind of want to sprinkle on Bengals money line, just because this Bills team, man, they're so confusing. I do think that the Bills are good, and I do think that they are AFC Championship worthy. But man, like we've seen it over the last month or 2 months, where Josh Allen, he gets in that red zone and he gets a little pick happy, man. Like he threw 2 picks against the Bears, against a bad Bears defense. Like I think the Bengals, if they take care of the ball, they have a really good shot to win. So I'm gonna take Bengals +5. I'm gonna sprinkle Bengals money line and take the over. Those are my 3 plays from that game. We'll see.
I love the money line pick. I love being brave on that, just because again, these games are so 50-50, and the fact that it's at 2-1 or +2-1, honestly, I think that's
again, they barely beat Skylar Thompson, man. Like, right.
Joey B can put him away. Joey B's great in playoff games. Shout out to Daniel Barry, who's hanging out with us in the chat. Let's go to the final game on Sunday and then take a break, and then we'll give you our plays for tonight's college basketball slate. Cowboys 3.5-point dogs on the road in San Francisco, over under 46. If you like the Cowboys to win, it's at +165. Where are you leaning?
I hate it, Sean, but I'm going to take the Cowboys to cover here, only because it's 3.5 points. And I think this game is close. The thing is that, what Dak Prescott are we going to get? He had a great game against a bad Bucs team. We believed in Tom Brady a little too much. We can both put our hands up there and straight up say that we bet the Buccaneers because of the Tom Brady factor alone on Monday night. Didn't take anything else into effect, but the Cowboys' pass rush is great. Brock Purdy, second NFL game. I mean, the first game against the Seahawks, that game was kind of close, and then they just really took over in the second half. Honestly, it doesn't really matter who their quarterback is for the 49ers sometimes, it feels, because they just have so many weapons, and their defense is great. But the Cowboys haven't forgot about the game last year, in my opinion, and I think that they can hang around. I do not want to bet money line on Mike McCarthy, but you're going to give him to me as an underdog, I might consider it. Kyle Shanahan, historically, as a favorite, is not great. This year, it's been kind of an outlier because the 49ers have been so good. But I think this game is close. I'll take Cowboys plus 3.5, and I like the over too. I just like the over in all these games.
Yeah, the over was cashing for everybody last week, so I don't mind riding that train. I got one just massive long shot parlay for you, then we'll take a break here. C-Mac to score 2 or more touchdowns. I just think that they want that offense running through him. And I know Brandon Ayuk is such a big-time player. Deebo Samuel, big-time player. George Kittle, big-time player. But it's C-Mac, baby. Come on. That's at plus 450. We're putting this in a parlay. Dawson Knox, first Bills touchdown scorer. I don't know. The Bengals might score that first touchdown. Again. I think Dawson Knox at 7-1 is a great Bills first-time touchdown scorer. Daniel Jones to rush for 50-plus yards. He was scooting, and I think he continues to scoot. That's at plus 100. And then Travis Kelce to score 2 or more touchdowns. That's at plus 400. But the total odds, 439 to 1, $10 to win $4,400. Cody, there's no reason not to. The bank has been healthy. The heater is still on. I'm not worried about it breaking. I think the thoughts have been logical. So hey, why not have some fun this weekend and throw down a big parlay?
As far as first touchdowns, obviously I love betting Dawson Knox first touchdown. We both did it last week, or me and Steven did. I don't know if you did it. I also, like in the last game that the Bengals and Bills played, I took Tyler Boyd first touchdown, and it hit. Nice. That was how much I made. $60 off that game without it even finishing. It was wild. And you can get him at plus 2,000 if you think the Bengals are going to jump out early against the Bills on the road. He's like the deep threat. He's kind of like the deep threat guy. If they get in the red zone, he's not going to be the guy that Burrow targets. But if he takes a shot downfield from, the 40-yard line, somewhere around there, he is a guy that has done that before. He scored, I don't know how many touchdowns he scored this year off the top of my head, but he's been a guy that's done that. So I do kind of enjoy that.
Yeah. Well, and we've been covering all this playoff action, and make sure when you are betting on this playoff action, if you are trailing either of our bets, that you are betting on the NFL with DraftKings Sportsbook. We're one step closer to Super Bowl 57. And for the NFL Divisional Round, check out DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Plus, all new and existing customers can take a shot at even bigger payouts with DraftKings stepped-up same-game parlays. Boost your NFL winnings with each leg you add up to 100%. And we've already talked about all 4 games. And hey, they even have some specialty markets on DraftKings. Sean Payton to be the next Broncos head coach at plus 225. Our guy Zach Stevens over at DNVR tweeted out that Russell Wilson reached out to Sean Payton per Colin Cowherd. Russell Wilson has contacted Sean Payton legally, by the way, through channels. He wants Sean Payton. He needs fixing. He knows he needs fixing. And here's the thing. That's a big money guy. He's the guy in Denver, and that's the guy who he wants. I don't know. What's his face? Dan Quinn, like nice guy, great defense, whatever. But I think Russell Wilson will win in a debate over a defense. They already had a great defense. I think they're going to go offense, and they have the money, too, to sprinkle that bag that Sean Payton wants. So I think that that's a great bet right now because I think he's probably the leader in the clubhouse to have that job. So I like Sean Payton at plus 225. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app today and use code CHGO. New customers can bet just $5 on the NFL Divisional Round and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code CHGO. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. See show notes for details. I went too fast there. Dustin Allen, you guys going to do the show during baseball season? Dustin, we love you. You're a Cubs fan. Cody's a Cubs fan. Does the CHGO Cup show. We already did it during the MLB season.
Last year.
We did it last year, baby. We're here daily. We're going to do this 5 days a week, every week. We get paid to do this.
Hopefully
awesome.
During the baseball season, they have us do the show much earlier. And that way everyone catches it, because we would always do it right before Cubs or White Sox pregame. And so
Yeah.
I'm hoping that we can do it a little bit earlier this summer.
And no bad, Dustin. I'm busting chops here. It's all love. No worries there.
Shout out to Dustin. He's always in the chat on CHGO Cubs.
And hey, I could tell he's a Cubs fan because his profile picture is a Cubs.
Before we move to college basketball, I was looking at the future markets for the NFL while you were talking about it, and you can get the Bears at plus 1,000 to get DeAndre Hopkins, and I think that's a little juicy.
I mean, they just got a wide receiver. You think they're going to trade another top pick to get another wide receiver? They just got Claypool.
I mean, I think for sure they're going to try and get another wide receiver, whether it's through the draft or not. I don't know, but at plus 1,000, $5. CHGO Bear Show, they talked all about it. They said it made a lot of sense. So
just wondering, makes a lot of sense. But hey, maybe Kevin Warren doesn't like the scouting report.
Maybe.
I don't know. I'm just okay. Let's get into some college basketball plays. I know that you're trying to swear off college basketball. I am trying to hit a teaser. Dude, I think the past 2 nights I've gone 4-6, 5-6, 5-6, and then went 6 for 6. So I'm getting real
1-7 last night, bro.
I need it. 2-7.
1-7 last night.
Oh, brutal.
Brutal. UConn -5. They led by double digits at one point. They lose outright to Seton Hall. What the fuck? Arkansas led by double digits against Mizzou. Blow the game. Not only don't win, they lose outright. It was just the story for me last night. The only thing that hit for me last night was the over in Providence and Marquette. But yeah, it was not great for me. Oklahoma +2. They led in the second half, lost by double digits. TCU money line. I mean, that was a trap that I saw coming, but thought maybe I was right this time. No. And Virginia Tech under. That shit went over with 8 minutes to go in the game. So it was just an all-around bad night. So now we bounce back tonight because I have had a good week. I'm just not going to bet the entire slate tonight. I've been betting the entire slate the last 3 days. And
8 picks is a lot.
Yeah, as awesome as it is, tonight I'm just going simple. We're riding 2 picks. All right. And tonight I'm riding Rutgers +3 on the road at Michigan State. Malik Hall, I believe, is still out for the Spartans. Still a tough place to play at Michigan State, but this Rutgers team pretty good, ranked number 23. Give me 3 points for the ranked team on the road, a team that defense travels. They say that in college basketball all the time. Rutgers, one of the best defensive teams, not only in the Big Ten, but in the country. And so is Michigan State as well. So honestly, the over-under on the total is 124, 125, somewhere around there. I'd lean under, but that's just a low total. So
that 126.5.
Yeah, maybe team total on one of those teams. I don't know. Whoever you think is going to win, maybe take the team total under on one of the team you think is going to lose. All I know is that I think because of how these offenses are sus, it's going to be close. It's going to be a grinded out classic Big Ten game. It's going to be close, like I said. I think Rutgers hangs in there, and they should. They beat Purdue, and they're second in conference right now. They've shown to be a very, very formidable team. I'm a little scared just because their history on the road in conference, but they also haven't been this good ever. So I like Rutgers +3. Late night, Arizona State hosting UCLA, top 5 ranked UCLA. Arizona State's been a solid team this year, a very competitive team. So I'm going to take the 5 points with Arizona State and the Sun Devils. Shout out to our friends at PHNX. I think they hang around. I don't know if they win at home, but I think they hang around. UCLA's won 13 in a row. They're due for some regression, I feel. We think. Again, Arizona State's been a very decent team in the Pac-12. So I'm going to take those two. Maybe do a teaser, 2-leg teaser if I decide. I'm going to take those two separate and hope and pray that at least one of these hits.
Let the tyrant of Teaser Town take you into Teaser Town and see what the citizens have cooked up here. We are riding with you. Rutgers is a great bet. We love our Scarlet Knights. We are teasing this down in a 5-point teaser. Rutgers +3 down to +8, but I do think Rutgers can win that game in East Lansing tonight. So I do like your Rutgers bet at +3. But Cody, if I like it at +3, I gotta love it at +8. Michigan +7.5 against Maryland. Last time these two teams played, Michigan was up 38 in the first half. I'm getting 7.5 points. I think they'll cover that cushion. San Diego doesn't play defense at all. I mean, like they're trying to get up to 100 points. So San Diego, Portland, I will take over 155.5. I think they probably both teams get to 80. So I think that one clears that bar. Oakland -6.5 against IUPUI. IUPUI is stinky. They're very bad at basketball. So I think that at least Oakland here covers 7 at home. North Dakota State at home against Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts kind of iffy. North Dakota State getting healthier. I like them at +12 to cover that at home. And then Northwestern State, they're currently getting a point on the road against Southeastern Louisiana. I'm going to tease them up to 4 points. I do think they win on the road, Cody. I do love Northwestern State in this spot.
Yeah, I have no idea where Northwestern State is. Where the hell is Northwestern State?
Louisiana.
I love how Northwestern is like here, and then Northwestern State is in the south.
It's northwest of Antarctica. it's north. It's northwest of no. Yeah, it's northwest of the Cape of Good Hope.
Yeah,
South Africa.
I do like Michigan playing that, and I do like Oakland because IUPUI is awful. The only thing that scares me about Michigan is like it does feel like a trap because like I feel like Michigan should be favored in that game.
Yeah,
7.5 is a lot of points, and if it's close, you should be okay. But what scares me is what happened to TCU last night. Like,
well, that's what I was going to say. It's what happened to TCU, but I think Hunter Dickinson is just my kryptonite there. He's going to drop 30. He dropped 30 last game. He's going to drop 30 again. The other picks that I had tonight, I did have Sean Payton at +225 to be the next Broncos head coach. Also, Damian Lillard and Joel Embiid. I'm taking this boost. It's at -140 for Lillard and Embiid to score 65+ points in the Sixers and Blazers game. But DraftKings is giving you a boost of +120 on that one. I mean, you have James Harden and Tyrese Maxey, 2 guards who don't play defense. Dame should be able to score, and that's all that Joel Embiid does. So hopefully they'll be able to clear. I think it's basically got to score like 33 points each. But I think they'll be able to do that, or at least one of them scores 40. I think they'll be able to go 40-30 or something like that.
What do you think about the Big Ten boost that DraftKings is giving us tonight?
I didn't like it. I didn't like it just because it's 2 teams. You get a Big Ten super boost, Purdue to win by 5, plus in Michigan and Maryland to score +135. The Purdue-Minnesota one, I think Purdue can clear 5. I mean, Illinois did that pretty easily at Minnesota. I know Minnesota was feisty against Ohio State, but I don't think they're feisty enough. But I don't know. I think it's just too much of a trap. That's too and for me. It's 2 different games where I just think there's going to be scoring in that Blazers Sixers games, and those guys do the most scoring. So I'm staying away just because it's 2 different events. I don't like the combo there.
Okay. I do think that Purdue easily win by 5. I just know if Michigan and Maryland are going to total 135, the regular over/under for Michigan and Maryland is 142. So we're talking 7 points less. I don't know. That's tough. So that's why I was trying to get your radar on it because I don't know if I want to play or not. So it boosted from.
I'd skip
Boost
it.
the plus 100. So yeah,
I'd skip
but
it personally.
I do kind of like the Embiid Dame 165 plus. All I got to do is put up 30.
Why don't you opt into the NHL same game parlay that you get back if you lose? And that way you can play this one that I have. The Flyers to score the first goal, Flyers money line, and Travis Konecny to score a goal anytime at plus 235 against the Blackhawks tonight. The Blackhawks have been feisty. They scored the first goal last time and ruined my parlay. But guess what? They're stinky, stinky doo-doo. Hey, the Flyers aren't that good either. But I don't know. There's no Stalock in goal. He's not even he's not going on the road trip per our Greg Boyson over at CHGO Blackhawks. So I just think that their goaltending is going to be bad. And Konecny has the most expected goals on the power play and just on 5-on-5 for the Flyers. And it's a pretty significant margin. His anytime goal scorer is at plus 100. So that's why it's basically even money there. So I do think it's possible that he'll score. I think that there could be a ton of goals in this game. I could see it being around 4-3, but I will take Flyers to score first, Flyers to win, Konecny to score. Hopefully I can wipe my hands clean and win 33.50.
All right. Well, I want to place the bet. You know how I don't bet NHL like at all. So we're looking at Flyers money line. We're looking at Konecny to score anytime.
Anytime.
And then we're looking for first goal.
Go to game props.
Game props.
Not first period. Go to game props. It should be first goal.
First goal, Flyers, minus 165. This comes out to plus 220.
Well, I got it at plus 235.
Now it's down to plus 220 for me.
Oh, see, I was ahead of that market. That's why you place bets at 2 a.m., kids.
That's why you place bets at 2 a.m., yes.
See right, now Cody's going to make $32. If Cody places $10 on that, he'll make $32, and I'll make $33.50. And that's why I'm rich, folks.
All right, I placed $10 on it because I just want to win something. All right, I'm going to ride some NHL. I never bet NHL because I know nothing about hockey, but I'm riding tonight because I just need some help.
Hopefully you go 1-0. I'll let Jay and Mario and Greg know that we're doing this, and hopefully they'll tail with us. Also, I do just want to share this breaking news. South Bend Tribune was told that Notre Dame coach Mike Bray will retire at the end of the season. Bray plans to tell team after practice today. The winningest coach in program history spent the last 23 seasons at Notre Dame.
I guess that's why they didn't fire him, but they've been awful. They're one of the worst teams in the ACC this year. So
they said, it's time, Mike. Thank you for your winnings for a little bit. Thanks for.
We can either fire you or you can say you're leaving at the end of the year.
And he decided, oh, thank you guys. Very nice of you. I'll step down. Anyways, that's Cody Delmendo. You can follow him on Twitter at Cody_CHGO. I wish you your best of luck in your NHL betting. I'm Sean Anderson. You can follow me on Twitter at Sean_W_Anderson. Make sure you tune into CHGO White Sox in basically 26 minutes here. We're going to have some fun. Got some Trivial Pursuit coming up. Johnny Cueto was a fiend in his Miami introduction today. So we'll talk about that. And, hey, check out the Cubs episode from earlier today as well. But that's going to do it. Thank you to Sarah for producing the show. Thank you to everybody for hanging out with us in the chat. And we will talk to you next week when we are millionaires.